She ever would say.
What's poppin' YouTube? Funko Fanatic Dags back with Monday's upload, and I have a different type of video today. Today I'm going to do a 10-question Funko Pop challenge, and I was tagged by Rob's Pops. He's a great guy, love his channel, about the same size as me. We're smaller YouTubers. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description below, so make sure you go over, subscribe to him, check out his videos, he's great. Rob, thank you for tagging me in this. I really appreciate including me, and I'm just starting to get in this community, so I really appreciate you tagging me and letting me be a part of this. Your video was great. I love watching it, so hopefully I can do as good as a job as you did, buddy. So there's 10 questions, and I'm going to put all 10 questions also in the description below, but let's just jump right into it and see what the questions are. So it says, what is your favorite pop that you own? This is a tough question. I love all my pops. I buy pops that I truly love, not just because it's valuable or I think it's going to be valuable. I get pops that I really love, and I love the character, or they hold some type of value, meaning to me. So having to do this is like picking between, I mean, pops are my babies. This is like picking between your children, right? So it's tough, but for the sake of the game, I will pick. And my first love, if anybody knows me, and you guys might know me, is the Philadelphia Eagles. So the pop I love the most, my favorite pop, is Carson Wentz. I think this is awesome. I love, it's my two loves. It's football and the Eagles combined with Funko Pops. So that's why I love this one so much. He's worth like in the $30 $30 to $40. Apparently he got discontinued, and so even if he wasn't discontinued, I would still love it if he was. Like most of the sports ones, you know, they're not as expensive, but he's expensive, so pretty expensive for a sports one. So I mean, regardless of that, he's my favorite pop. And the box is a little bit damaged. You got it from GameStop shipping, and they weren't the best. But I mean, I love this Carson Wentz pop. I would say this right now. There's this moment. He's my favorite pop in my collection. Okay, question number 2 is, what is the most expensive pop that you own? I did a video on this last month or so. I said I'm going to do it beginning, middle, end of the year. But here at the end of February, my most expensive pop currently is the San Diego Comic-Con Steve from Stranger Things. I love this pop. I mean, I love the blood. The hair is awesome. The Demogorgon bat with the spikes. This Steve pop is awesome, and maybe I'm biased, but there's 2 new Steve ones coming out, but I still think this one's the best. Now, this value may drop. Currently, it's at $110. This value may drop because 2 new ones are coming out of the same character. So people say, you know, why would I need this Steve? I could get this one. I mean, I still think this is the best one, but they might not want to spend $110. So the value may drop. I mean, I don't see this dropping to $10 or whatever, but right now, I think it will drop, but right now it's my most expensive at $110. Funny story about this is San Diego Comic-Con last summer. This was shared at a Hot Topic, but, you know, Thursday's the con, which we have Emerald City coming up this Thursday, so get ready for that. But, you know, you go out on Thursday, you want to make sure you get all your pops day one before they're sell out, because they are limited for the Comic-Con ones. Some more limited than others, but all of them are limited. Once they're gone, typically. So, I had a bunch on my list for Comic-Con. So, you know, it was a lot of money. They're $15 each for Comic-Con ones for regular, and big 6 inches or 20 or whatever, 25. So he wasn't, and I do love Stranger Things. I collect Stranger Things, but I was more focused on the 2 Game of Thrones and Star Wars and Looney Tunes. There's a lot coming out that I wanted that I said I'm going to pass on him. So I passed on him come Thursday, and Saturday I went to the mall, and I was in Hot Topic, and they had 2 mint box Steve sitting there. Should have bought both, but I was like, oh, should I get it? And my girlfriend was there like, get it, you'll regret it. And boy, was she right. I picked it up. I love it. I'm not getting rid of it ever. So Steve, I'm happy to have, and he is my most valuable pop in my collection. Question number 3 is, how many pops do you own? So currently, just pops, not counting mystery minis. I do have like 1 Dorb. It's a Chase Melisandre, but I have a lot of mystery minis, but Just purely Pops, I own currently right now in this room are 168. Now that's not including the 3 I hope to pick up this week at for Emerald City Comic Con. That's not including the whole new Game of Thrones set that I pre-ordered, and the Chase Georgie, and the Amazon Pennywise, which I also just pre-ordered off Amazon, like I said. So that's not including any of the pre-orders. So that number is going to go up. Probably going to hit 200 for sure this year. There's a lot coming out. So that number keeps growing. It's not as big. It's not as big as nearly as big as other people I know, but I think it's a pretty decent size. What is your favorite fandom? So I'm going to give you my top 3. Number 3 is Marvel. I have a lot of Marvel Pops up here. I did do DC, but I don't really do DC anymore. I have like 1 or 2. I think I have Joker and Wonder Woman. But Marvel's my third. I love Marvel. I've always loved Marvel. I grew up with the action figures. I had the I watched the Spider-Man animated series. I watched all the Spider-Man movies. I love the MCU movies. I've seen them all. I just really love Marvel. So that's my number 3. Number 2 and 1 were always really close in recent years. But now number 2 is Star Wars. Star Wars means so much to me. I saw The Phantom Menace in 1999. I was 3 years old in theaters. And I grew up with Star Wars. I grew up with the prequels. I went back. I watched the original trilogy. I love them all. And I saw the new trilogy. I think it's so awesome that, 1999, I'm 3 years old. I saw Phantom Menace for the first time. 1977, my dad saw New Hope when he was a teenager. And then now kids in 2015, they saw Force Awakens. Or in 2017, The Last Jedi. It's so generational. Star Wars is so special, I think, because it spans generations. And I had all the toys, which I think I should do a video on. I have them all still. I was a kid. I played with them. They're not carded or anything, but I show off my old Star Wars figures from the prequel era. And yes, I love Star Wars. That's my number 2. And number 1 right now is Game of Thrones. I have a ton of Game of Thrones. I basically have all the Pops that aren't like over $100. It's a shame, but a lot of them are expensive because of how popular Game of Thrones is. And I think they're going to do, I think one day I'll say A Song of Ice and Fire is my favorite fandom, because I think that Game of Thrones, like they said, they're going to do spin-offs, prequel, sequel. I think they're going to try to make it a franchise like Star Wars. And I think it 100% could work. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with Game of Thrones once this last, 5 or 6 episodes is over with. I'll be sad when it's over, but if they do spin-offs and stuff in the Song of Ice and Fire universe, God, I'll be buying all those Pops. So yeah, Game of Thrones right now is my number 1 favorite fandom. What is the worst Pop? Question 5. There's a lot of bad Pops. The worst Pop that I own is Dog Hunt the Geist from Valerian. And I actually am a huge sci-fi fan, and the movie was okay, but the Pop is just boring, and it happens to be a chase, which is a shame. It's just a boring Pop. The movie was nothing spectacular. So I'm not really too crazy about it. Other bad Pops that are the Five Nights at Freddy's. They make so many of these Five Nights at Freddy's. And I always see them. Do people buy them? I don't get the whole Five Nights at Freddy's thing. Like, I never played the game, so I might be like disconnected. Maybe it's popular amongst younger kids, but I don't get Five Nights at Freddy's at all. So that's up there. Rob had a good one, Zorn. I think that was a TV show, right? Like half animated, half live action. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I think I always see that around. I agree with you, Rob. That's a terrible one. But my number 1 worst Pop would probably be David Levinson. You could walk into Walmart and just see a wall of David Levinson. Nobody wants it. It's been there for a year. Nobody wants it. The first Independence Day movie was pretty good. The second one was garbage. It's just a boring Pop. It's Jeff Goldblum. Not that the character is bad. The Pop sucks. Nobody wants it. Walmart should have free David Levinson Funko Pop Day. And, like, everybody come in and nobody would even want it for free. That's how bad it is. Like, it's terrible. So, yeah, David Levinson, I would say, is is the worst Pop. Question 6 is, what is the best subscription box? I have gotten the DC, the Marvel, and the Star Wars. I was a year for the Marvel. I got many of Star Wars and a couple of DC. The girlfriend got a year of Disney Treasures. I can say I really did enjoy them all. I know that the subscription boxes ended. A lot of people would complain about value, but I feel like you're getting exclusive pop in the box. That's at least $15, right? And then other stuff. I thought it always hit value, and it was so cool to get an exclusive pop shipped right to your door and the mystery of it. But I really did like them all. The DC was my least favorite of the two. The Marvel and Star Wars were always neck and neck for me. But I have to be honest, after seeing the girlfriends, I am a huge Disney fan. I don't collect Disney because I let her collect Disney. The Disney box, I think, if I had to pick, I would say the Disney box was the best. They really killed it, especially for their first year and not ever including a t-shirt or anything like that. What was it? The Ariel and Eric wedding 2-pack was friggin' awesome. The Maleficent 6-inch dragon for the Haunted Forest box around Halloween, incredible. I mean, that box was fantastic. And it's sad. I'm sad to see these boxes go because I did enjoy them all. Question number 7 is best and worst place to get Funko Pops. So I do want to make a video just based on this one question alone, but I'll give like a short answer right now. So the best prices to get Funko Pops, in my opinion, is Walmart and Target. And they can offer those prices because of how big they are, right? But they are the worst place to get Pops. If you think about it, if you look at revenue, right? For instance, like let's look at Hot Topic, which I think is one of the best. You look at Hot Topic, Funko Pops probably are a huge part of their revenue. Like just say for a visual, this much of their revenue is Funko Pop based, right? You go to Walmart and Target, it's like this much. It means the revenue is minuscule to them. It doesn't mean anything. If Walmart, if Funko said to Walmart, you're not carrying Pops anymore, Walmart wouldn't care. It wouldn't affect their business one iota. Don't get me wrong, they do make money off it, but it wouldn't affect their business. It wouldn't. If Funko did it to Hot Topic, that would be a drastic effect on Hot Topic's business. It's such a big part of them. So because of that reasoning, makes me believe Walmart and Target don't care. They don't have the incentive to care. So that's why they're so bad with exclusives, finding exclusives there, and the bad customer service. Like I go into Walmart. Oh, do you have the glow-in-the-dark Black Panther Funko Pop? Oh, what's a Funky Pop? I mean, like they have no clue what's going on. I had to order, Funko Shop had to put up the glow-in-the-dark Black Panther the other day. Because why? Walmart can't put it up on their site, sold out in 30 seconds. Like, it's aggravating. It really is aggravating. You can't find anything. Target, I actually did find 2 chases, and I am going to share that story on here one day, but it wasn't really, it's a complicated story that I'll get into, but Target is just as bad. They hate me at my Target. They hate me. Like, all their employees are collectors and flippers, and Target and Walmart are the worst. And I'll get into it, like I said in the other video. The best, I would say, is probably Hot Topic. Hot Topic Daily is getting new pops, and they're constantly changing their inventory. Going back to Walmart and Target, their inventory will sit for like 3 months. Like, it's bad. But Hot Topic's seeing it all the time. They have good exclusives. The exclusives that they have, you can get if you're on top of it. You'll be able to find them. The prices are more expensive. I think it's $12.50 for 1 pop. They do like 3 for $27. They have hot cash. I heard they're starting to do price matching now, which is cool. But the one thing I don't like about Hot Topic is like they have the $16.50 for the flocked. I think that's a little bit egregious, but and you can't put it in the 3 for $27 deal. But regardless, I think Hot Topic's the best. But probably in my opinion, person that I like a little more, and it's the same. They're the same, owned by the same company, is Box Lunch. I'm lucky enough to have a Box Lunch right near me, and I love Box Lunch. Like, they don't get as many exclusives for Hot Topic, but they do like a 2 for $18 deal, which I really love. I mean, it's like the 3 for $27, it's $9, but you're only spending $18 instead of having to spend $27, and that includes like all their exclusives too. So Box Lunch and Hot Topic would be 1 and 2 for me, but they're the same company. Okay. Number 8 is what Funko Pop do I want the most? So Rob in his video his big collection is Dragon Ball. I'm not a Dragon Ball guy. I didn't watch it. I mean, it was on when I was a kid, but I just didn't watch it. I know it's a big fandom, And he was saying it's a shame that the Grail and the top Grail in the Dragon Ball line is that Planet Arlyle Vegeta, and it sells for over $1,000, and it's ridiculous. And he said other people's collections, like if they collect, you know, whatever line it is, their Grail might only be like $200, $300, and it's a shame that Dragon Ball is over $1,000. Well, me, I'm with Rob. We're in the same boat, buddy. As a Game of Thrones guy, the most Grail for me is the headless Ned Stark, and that on PPG today, it's up to $1,230. So I'll never get it. It was Ned Stark when his head was cut off, beheaded. It was bloody. It was a 2013 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, only available at the con, and they only made 1,008 of them. I'll never get it. I'm with you, Rob. It's a shame that our biggest fandoms and things that we collect include a Grail over $1,000. So, Rob, you and I are screwed, and if other people do this video, I'm curious to see what their Grail would be and how much it is. Number 9 says, what Funko Pop do you wish to be made? It'd be more Game of Thrones. If I could do that, like the Game of Thrones line, of course, does exist, but we get a lot of Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryens, and I buy them all, and I will, and I'm a sucker for that. But they did make us a Davos, which was awesome. I wish they would do more of that, like Theon Greyjoy, Yara Greyjoy, the Martells, besides Oberyn, that they already made. Olenna Tyrell, Loras Tyrell, Catelyn Stark. I mean, Game of Thrones has so many characters that you can make that I wish that they would make the more secondary and tertiary characters rather than just Jon and Dany, Jon and Dany, Jon and Dany. If I had to pick a new entire line, I would say Peaky Blinders. I really do love that show on Netflix. That's a BBC show on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's great. And another one would be more sci-fi movies. So I have up here, I have Blade Runner 2049. I have War for the Planet of the Apes. I'm getting the Mad Max ones. I love sci-fi movies. It's like my favorite. And I wish they would make more. I know people don't really collect them, and it's a shame. But I would love, like, movies like Arrival or the Annihilation just came out, or like The Thing. I would love The Thing. It's one of my favorite movies. So I would say those are the ones I wish would be made. And last question number 10 is, what is the first pop I ever bought? I'm not really sure what the first pop I actually bought and paid for was. I'd have to really think about it and go through each and every one and try to recall. But I do know the first 2 pops I ever got. And that is, at Christmas 2015, I got Rey and Kylo Ren from the Force Awakens line. So, obviously the movie, if you recall, came out December 2015. It was the first Star Wars movie since 2005, Revenge of the Sith. It was the sequel to the original trilogy, Return of the Jedi, which ended in 1983. So the hype was unreal. I was so excited. I grew up with Star Wars, as I previously talked about. And I saw the movie, and I loved the movie. I loved The Force Awakens. And Rey and Kylo Ren were so cool. I said, I need something Rey and Kylo Ren. So little did my parents know. They bought these for me. And I got them. I loved them. And little did my parents know that those 2 Christmas gifts that were inexpensive back in 2015 would result in all of this and this YouTube channel and this and this and this and this. And if we went back and knew what they know now, I probably wouldn't have got Rey and Kylo Ren for Christmas in 2015. But hey, I love it. I love my pops, so that's what it is. Those were the first pops that I ever got, not necessarily that I bought, since they were a Christmas gift. That was the 10 questions. So now I'm supposed to tag 10 people, but I only have 5 people that I could tag, because a lot of them were tagged already and did this video that I follow. And you know, I'm just gonna tag these 5 people. You know, don't feel any pressure. You do not have to do this video. You won't hurt my feelings if you don't watch this video. You know, it's fine. You know, I don't expect you to do it. If you want to do it, go ahead. It would be cool. It's just a fun thing for the community to do. I think I have most of you on Instagram, so I will tag you on Instagram to let you know you've been notified, that you've been tagged, to do this video if you want, if you so choose. But the 5 people I'm going to tag are Nonstop Pops. I love his channel. Great guy, does live streams. I joined his live stream the other night. I said, hey dude, the Amazon exclusive Pennywise with Georgie's arm and Bloody Mouth online, the pre-order. He got it. He was excited. So I'm glad I can help you out with that, brother. Love your channel. So if you want to do this video, go ahead and do it. I also want to tag his girlfriend Fonda. Just followed her channel. They have separate channels. They both do pop stuff on there. Nonstop Pops actually called her up and needed her Amazon account so he could get free shipping on the Pennywise. That was funny. So I'm going to tag him and his girlfriend to do it. I also want to tag Furious Chubbs. Furious Chubbs is the moderator and Nonstop Pops live stream, but he also does his own channel, has great videos, so check out him. Tag him in this. I also tagged the Cosmic Collector. I know he commented on one of my videos. He's younger, but he really liked my videos, and he's just starting his channel, so I said, why not? If Cosmic Collector, if you want to do this video, go ahead. I would love to see what you have to say. And then a little bit bigger of a YouTuber that I've been watching for a long time with a couple thousand subscribers is Stephen Higgins. So if Stephen Higgins, if you see this and if you want to do this video, brother, that'll be really cool. So, no pressure for any of you guys. I thought it was just fun to be part of the community in my first tag video. I am going to put the link to the 5 people that I tagged, YouTube channel in the description below. So you make sure you check out all their channels, subscribe to them. They do great stuff. Like I said, I'm going to tag them on Instagram. And yeah, guys, this has been a lot of fun. Rob, I really appreciate you, like I said, appreciate you tagging me in this. It's fun to be a part of the community and start building some great relationships and friendships with fellow Funko fans. So, it's a wonderful community. So, guys, thank you all for watching. This was the Funko Pop 10 question tag challenge, whatever it is. It's been a blast. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next hunt.